Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'll be talking about mental health, and you don't need to compare yourself to other people. And I see that a lot happening in nowadays with social media. A lot of young people, especially looking at TikTok and Instagram, a lot of young people just commit suicide or just give up on life, and this is a very dangerous thing. And like maybe you heard of the community of the black pill community. It's very dangerous, and a lot of people get into depression, because what's happening is just I think a lot of people just look at social media, and they just compare themselves to maybe their role models or just celebrities, and look at their stories and think like that's like amazing life. Like, for example, if you look at a very young, successful guy that's maybe like 21, and maybe has millions of dollars, and maybe traveling and you know going to places, Dubai, with like super sports car and living the life as you maybe think, but a lot of it is just fake. And also, even if that's the case, if they are actually like super successful, that's great, but you have to always remember just to concentrate on yourself, and compare yourself to yourself, right? So because you want to make sure you're happy, because you don't want to get into some kind of comparison game where a lot of people would just do it wrong, I believe. Like, just like, think of like who you were 10 years ago, for example. That's what I do. Or 5 years ago, who you were and what were your goals and dreams. And I hope you've achieved some of it. And for example, for me, like 10 years ago, I was in Poland, and I was dreaming to come to LA or to come to America, live in America, get my master's degree, and live a good life in America. And that was my dream 10 years ago, and I've accomplished my dream. So me comparing myself to myself 10 years ago, I'm very happy and successful, and it's very important to have this appreciation. Even like last year, and if you think of like the goal accomplishments, it's very important to not give up on life, and just look at yourself, find things that like makes you happy, makes you appreciative, makes you be like having this positive energy, because it's important, right? Like people want to hang out with successful people. They like to hang out with people with very positive, optimistic energy. But you can't really have a positive, optimistic energy if you're comparing yourself to other super successful people that maybe they have different life path, and maybe they had some support from somewhere or whatever. Like, don't compare yourself to other people. You have your own path, and it's different from other people's path, right? So also another thing is like just to appreciate what you have today. For example, at least 4 or 5 things today that you can appreciate. If you're watching this video, then that means you have probably internet, and you have a phone or computer, and you have a roof over your head, and you have a place to stay and eat, like just the little things. I know it's gonna sound stupid, but like it is really important to just appreciate little things, like just having a job, or just having food later today, or whatever you're gonna think about. I'm sure you can find something to be appreciative for, and it's a very important tool that a lot of successful people do, and it helps you with your well-being, mental well-being. And also another thing is to envision yourself 10 years from now in the future. So think of like who you could be if you achieve all of your dreams and goals in 10 years from now, and visualize that too, right? or however long you want to do, a year. I usually have like a yearly goal, 5-year goal, 10-year goals, and 30-year goals, 20-year goals. Write that all down. That's why it's so important to have it journaling, all the progress, and write it down, all the, what you were thankful for today, and what you're gonna accomplish in 10 years, and visualize it with the details. Actually, like I do this meditational practice, that I like close my eyes and breathe and then concentrate on my future, and then I actually try to visualize all five senses while doing it. So like, for example, if I'm dreaming of my 10 years from now, visualizing the sense of smell, how it's gonna smell like when I did the situation, like let's say, somewhere, your whatever your dream is. In my case, it was like, being in Mongolia for vacation and smelling like fresh grass, and seeing my parents, being with my parents, and buying them whatever they like, maybe nice car or house, and like having more like sensations, so it's more vivid. You can hear they're talking, like all smiling and laughing about all the success and accomplishments. So that's should like give you more like energy, positive energy, that you can implement and use it to achieve your goal today, right? And then visualizing your today, and compare yourself. If you want to compare yourself, you want to compare yourself to yourself, best version of yourself today. What would like best version of you do today, right? That's another thing I try to do. Like, what decisions would I do if best version of me today? Is he gonna eat healthy? Am I gonna eat healthy? Best version of me, and I'm competing against him, comparing myself to him. Is he gonna eat healthy? Is he gonna work out today? Is he gonna work hard at work? Maybe make a video, whatever you can use it for yourself. Another thing is the, how people have this pressure, social pressure, and I get it from my parents too, or, some peers, like, at this age, you should be married, you should have kids, look at your cousins, they have kids, they are married, or whatever, they start comparing you to others, and they put like some kind of deadline or some kind of time frame, and kind of restriction, like, okay, you should be married by this age, or, like, that's another trap that you should try to avoid. You have your own time frames, you don't need to follow other people's time frames, and make sure to avoid that mistake as well. So another thing is fear of missing out, FOMO. That's what happens, like, if you have your friends and you look at their stories on Instagram sometimes, and it looks amazing. It looks like, some of them, like, for example, like going to the concerts and having fun, laughing, drinking, traveling, and you have this fear of missing out, right? FOMO. And that's the problem, right? Like, you want to make sure to avoid that. And ideally, I just like I deleted my social media accounts. Sometimes I do take breaks, so couple months without social media, just because it's addictive, and I wanna take care of my, like, I wanna control my self, so it helps with mental well-being when you don't constantly bombard yourself with images, or looking at other people's having fun, and it's not really realistic. And a lot of these people, they look happy, but maybe they are miserable. Some of them, maybe spend 10 hours waiting in heat, to watch an hour of a concert, so is it really that fun? Maybe not, right? So they're not gonna post this other stuff that you maybe don't see, right? So they put like filters and make it look nice, but then in reality, maybe it sucked. Maybe, like, if you would be bored, so it's important to, like, detach yourself from this influence of just like looking at other people's just having fun and things like that. You just go and chase your dreams, your goals, instead of like comparing yourself to other people. Maybe they're unhappy, maybe they're depressed, who knows? Maybe they just look fun and happy on the photos, but maybe they're not in real life. So you never know, right? So that's another like thing that social media does nowadays. That's maybe destroying your self-confidence, or you start maybe being more depressed or sad, or feeling like missing out, and like not doing enough with your life, where you're going to be unhappy with your life maybe if you're going to keep looking at other people's having fun. It's like, make sure to like control your mindset as well. Just concentrate on you, do you, man. Like that's the reality, right? Grass is always greener. That saying, like, just you can think of like, and it's a normal human behavior, I think. You always think or idealize other people's life, but maybe it's not as green as you thought, right? Maybe actually they have a lot more stress, maybe they're a lot much more depressed than you're thinking. It's always, the saying, grass is always greener on the other side. And also, the saying like, keeping up with Joneses, right? You don't need to do that, right? That's another trap, right? Like thinking, okay, these guys are maybe buying a nice cars, and maybe you think like, oh, you need to compare yourself. No, man, like you do you. Maybe you don't need like that nice car. Maybe it's not practical. Also, another thing is like, coming to LA, I'm seeing like a whole bunch of very successful people here, and they're on different paths, right? So like some of them, for example, have like 20 family members, and have maybe a support group, and it's different lifestyle or different life path from yours, right? Let's say if like me, I came here by myself, so I'm not gonna compare myself to a person that has been here for 5 generations and have 20 family members that can support them. It's like, just it's not the same. So it's very important to catch yourself, be like, oh yeah, well, I need to compare myself to myself. Yeah, so just be happy, be appreciative. Maybe there are some people that in Mongolia, for example, struggled, like, just to get by. There are so many people out there that they have very hard lives, you know but you don't see that. Maybe, for example, in Mongolia, there are some people that work minimum wage, in making a couple $100 a month, and just working their asses off and not getting much back from it. And so you always have to reframe your mind sometimes. We can get into this cycle of just like comparing yourself to like these best people on the planet, and that's a big mistake and a dangerous thing to do. So try to avoid social media, man. Like, and just concentrate on you. That's my advice for today. Make sure you like the video. Make sure write some things in the comments. What do you think about this video? Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video, hopefully. See you. Bye.